The killings of Christians in Nigeria by Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram and bandits has taken another dimension. I repeat, the killings of Christians in Nigeria by Fulani herdsmen, bandits and Boko Haram has taken another dimension. The United States has designated Nigeria as a country of concern. The United States have designated Nigeria as a country of concerns. Recently, we have over 60 persons killed in Nigeria. In Ondo State, over 20 persons, 20 farmers were killed in Ondo State. In Enugu State, over 40 persons have been killed, especially those ones that the media has not been able to report. In Benue State, we have scores of people killed by who? These same Fulani herdsmen. When you look at the Hausa Fulani, look at Hausa Fulani in northern Nigeria. What is the occupation of the Hausa people? Usually they are farmers, usually they are shoe cobblers, they do menial jobs. Now, a Fulani man, what is his occupation? When you look at all the terrorist organizations in Nigeria, like Kurawa or bandits or Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, you see they are mostly headed by the Fulani. So we have a Fulani issue. The killings of Christians, political jihad is what the United States is coming to tackle. Trump's administration is interested in the killings of Christians in Nigeria as of today. The United States says that they will be sending a message, a strong message, to these groups that is causing insecurity in southern part of Nigeria and also the northern part of Nigeria. Now, another thing that raised concerns about Nigeria is the Supreme Court conviction and death sentence of Christian farmer Sunday Jackson, who killed a Fulani terrorist in clear self-defense. This has become an international outrage. This particular judgment by the Supreme Court has drawn concern from all over the world. A farmer is in his farm. Fulani man who encroached on his farmland and thereafter planned to attack him. In the process of attacking him, the man in self-defense was able to overpower this Fulani man and he had to put him to death. Now, they took this guy to court, even up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court now gave a judgment that, my brother, you are found guilty for murder. Nigerians cannot even wrap it around their brain to understand the judgment. Let me explain that judgment to you. I had to do some research on what the law says about self-defense. There's manslaughter, there's murder. So what is the law saying? Now, if you are able to take away that weapon from that attacker, you can flee for safety. But you using that weapon, you have turned to another person. You have turned to the aggressor. The weapon is in your hand. The person is the aggressor. The Fulani man bringing his weapon to stab you is the aggressor. At the point you take away that weapon from the Fulani man to now stab him, you have become the aggressor. Anything you do to that Fulani man, 3 things are involved. I've forgotten the third one. If you injure the Fulani man and you do not kill him, you just weaken him not to be able to stand up. Maybe you injure him, his leg, his shoulder and everything, that he doesn't die, manslaughter. Now you kill is murder. So Nigerians are asking the question, so if I had taken that weapon from him and I'm about to run away, what if the Fulani man has a gun and shoots me down? Is it not okay that I take out the threat? So Nigerians have been reacting to that Supreme Court judgment and they are saying, what kind of thing is this? Well, this particular judgment has gotten international outrage. So the United States, there's a meeting going on by politicians and officials of the government in the United States on this particular matter. See, we have said it. Everybody has their agenda. It is clear before our eyes what the Fulani agenda is. And instead of us fighting ourselves, Yoruba, Igbo, and this and that, let's put out the threat first. These killings, even in Enugu State as we speak of today, Enugu State, killings, people are afraid to go to their farms. That is one of the tactics of the Fulani. They come and instill fear in you. The Fulani are still in the bushes. They instill fear in you. You don't go to your farm. Anytime you're about going to your farm, you are thinking, what is going to happen to me? Now, people have lost hope in the security agencies. There are allegations and reports that these security agencies aid these attackers, these Fulani attackers. We have had reports whereby some officers in the force supply these guys guns. There was a time a report whereby an helicopter came from one place, from space, and landed in one area and started offloading weapons for these bandits. There are also reports that some military officers are involved in all this. There was a time Oshomole said that the mining of gold, the stealing of our resources, top military generals are part of it. Nobody's going to mention their names. So if you are going to your farm, knowing that your security is compromised, you don't want to go to farm anymore. It's going to affect agriculture in Nigeria. So when Nigerians see their security compromised, and now self-defense is almost being compromised, because in that prompt, when I see if somebody wants to kill me, that adrenaline, that kind that I'm being agile, I might do anything, because this is a thing of life and death. I might not be in my right senses. But the law says, if you are going to use that thing that you collect from the guy and you kill the person, his mother, you need a good lawyer to prove your case. A very good lawyer to prove your case that it was out of a particular condition and situation that you took that act. So this Supreme Court judgment, we need to read it and understand it without emotions. But Nigerians are looking. So if I defend myself now, and I take out a threat, so I would not be safe. I will be charged for whatever, for murder, and probably I'll be sentenced to hanging. So now, it is good news that the Trump administration is so much interested. Since the government has failed, since the primary responsibility of the government is security, shelter, look at where we stay in our houses. We provide water for ourselves. In the same Nigeria, that some people will come and campaign. We are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing this. Look at yourself as a person where you are living. You provide water for yourself. You provide health care for yourself. You provide what again? Security for yourself. What is the government doing for you? And the land where you stay, you have resources that the government will come and take resources from that land. What is the government giving back to you? The government is not sincere. The government is not transparent. The government, the subsidy that Nigerians were enjoying, they take it over from Nigerians. That's what I'm saying. We should not rejoice. Anything that the government tells us now, we are not rejoicing until we get back. Even with Buhari, we are complaining, we are swearing we'll never vote for APC. This and with Buhari, Tinubu came and took us from Buhari days. Buhari days are now better days. Buhari days. Jonathan, people were complaining. Jonathan, people were complaining. From Jonathan, we got to Buhari. People complain Buhari. From Buhari, things are getting worse. So the primary responsibility of the government, which is security, the government cannot provide you. People are running away from their ancestral homes to places that they feel is secure and safe. That's why you see many people come to Lagos, because Lagos is secure. Lagos is secure and safe. I've told my Igbo brothers, if you leave your land, if you desert your land, this Fulani, they are a special type of human being. They can stay in the forest for years. They will stay in that forest, they will give birth, they will increase. I told you before that in Ogun State, the immigration and the police joint task force go into the forest, and they start, when they go into the forest, they discover that so many Fulanis are in the forest that they don't know about. The other time we had a report of over 100 were found about entering the forest. This one, when their eyes were open to see what of those that have been happening behind their back. Over 100 in Nigeria. One day, who knows how many of these guys are spread all over the forest. So we are asking the Trump administration, because I can't be here. I'm asking for good governance. I'm not getting it. For many years now, I'm asking for securing my life. I'm the one even securing my life. I'm the one providing my health care. I'm providing my food, my water. Things are even getting much more worse and hard for people. So if I'm calling on the United States government, please, whatever you can do to help Nigeria stop this Fulani from pushing their agenda. A Trump administration may favor Christians. I repeat, a Trump administration may favor Christians. Some people are surprised. Under a Tinubu administration, we still see attacks, Fulani attacks. Under a Tinubu administration, we still have reports of sabotage from the Nigerian military or whatever, security apparatus. People believe that Tinubu as a Southerner, as a commander-in-chief of the armed forces, can direct and stop this, appointing a Yoruba man as the chief of army staff and a Southern person, Kaduna Southern person as chief of defense staff. All these killings will stop. Despite the fact that we have these people, which are Christians, in power, these things are not stopping. There is a compromise somewhere. I've told you the Fulani are spread all over Nigeria. Tinubu has 8 years old. That is why we have been saying Tinubu should restructure this country. Tinubu has 8 years. And after 8 years, this Fulani come back, they will re-solidify their grip on Nigeria. So it is better late than never that Tinubu take on giant steps to make sure that Nigeria is restructured. The United States knows what it's going to do. But will the Nigerian government, the United States know where it is coming from to help Christians in this case? It is just to come, identify, and give information to the Nigerian security apparatus. What will the Nigerian security do with the information that the United States government will give to them? Dubai did their own due diligence, did investigation, unveiled terrorist sponsors, put out their name there. What did the Nigerian government do with these terrorist sponsors? See, we know that the Fulani are in government. The Fulani their grip on power is strong. Their grip on Nigeria is strong. Although they are not indigenous to Nigeria, they are foreigners that they capitalize on the gullibility of the Hausa people to have a stand, a root in Nigeria. Sometimes I used to wonder, I used to shake my head on these things. Hausa, one of the largest ethnic groups in Nigeria, small Fulani come. I did in my former broadcast that it is not about ethnic and gender. Politics is not for the weak. It is for the strong. The strong will pray over, will take over. If you are forming men, they will take over you. If you are a big person, you have chest, you have muscle, and you are forming men. Somebody that is small, that is dedicated, that is active, that is determined, will beat you in Nigeria's politics. So the Fulani, a determined race, a determined tribe, a ready to attack, ready to die today. These guys are mean. Because look at their number, and they're able to override a Hausa tribe that is doing, I don't know, swagbe, up and down. So it is the Hausa that gave this Fulani that leverage on Nigeria. Upon the wings of the Hausa people, we used to have Wazobia. But go down north, they say Arewa, Hausa Fulani. That's what they say. Arewa, Hausa Fulani. Because of the negligence of the Hausa people. Until tomorrow, I don't know whether these Hausa people will ever recover or will ever rescue themselves. The United States can help us with information, but it is left for us. Is the government of the day willing? See, when I say Tinubu does not give good governance, what is good governance? Fundamental human rights. If a government will be building buildings, building structures, building all sort of things to prove that it's working, but there's no human rights, it is rubbish. If like build 25 Third Mainland Bridge and the people are impoverished, the people cannot get justice in any which way. If you have police case now, you will now know that there's no justice for the ordinary Nigeria. If like let Tinubu build 25 refineries in Lagos State or 2 refineries in all southwest states, let the state be making money at the end of the day. If you don't have justice as a person in Nigeria, if you cannot go to court with a big man and you have justice, if your fundamental human rights are not given to you, if you don't have fundamental human rights in a country, that is not good governance. Good governance is different from projects or achievements. Today, you cannot protest. Go out and protest. Police are arresting people and harassing people. Look at the revelation by a very dark man. He said a lot of things about what he discovered, what a family told him. Police arrest somebody because he owes money. Okay, the family brings the money, release the man. From one story to another, they discover that the man died in police custody. You died in police custody. Police, what happened now? He hanged himself. How did he hang himself? Will police explain to you? Before we know, he's in mortuary. They got to mortuary after so much deliberation. We saw that some part of his body have been opened. How come? The report we have, the allegation is that the police may have taken his parts. I've had police experience before. I've said it so many times. As a journalist, I need to cover conflict between police and other people. I had to use my phone to take some pictures. A police held me now. They took me to the station. What they told me in the station. You see one thing about truth? Truth sets you free. Some people, they know some things about Nigeria. They cannot say it because they are afraid. Cowards die many times before they are dead. They are afraid to say the truth. Truth is what that sets free. Everybody must die. Everybody must die. But let your life be surrounded around saying the truth. Saying the truth. Standing for the truth. You will live a fulfilled life. Jesus, the biblical Jesus, for 33 years, he stayed on earth. 3 years, he did his ministry. 33, and he was fulfilled. One of the greatest people on earth. So what the police did to me, threatening, we'll shoot you, nobody will know. We'll shoot you. We have reports of people missing after raids, after arrest. This one miss, that one miss, that one miss. So is this the country that you tell me that somebody who is not even focused on reviving our agencies of government, but instead they're interested in corrupting the institution of government? Somebody who's not interested in whether people have a right to do one or two things. So that's good governance part of it. So that's why we say anything restructuring Nigeria is the key thing. That is the best way to go. Restructure Nigeria. If you do not restructure Nigeria, there will be bigger problems. Now, once more, remember the schools closed down by northern states over Ramadan. The Minister of Education has come out to say that this is very wrong. We do not support it. The Federal Ministry of Education has come out to fault 4 northern states for closing schools during Ramadan. We have been saying this for a very long time. They said even Saudi Arabia, the custodian of Islam, do not close schools. I'm very happy that this Minister of Education is a Muslim. And she's saying this at this point in time. When you look at reports, these states have been defending that the governors have a right to do this. The governors have a right to do that. So don't gag them. They have a right to close schools. It's in its constitution, this one, that one. We are not saying so. See, even though the governors have a right, you need to respect constitutional authority. The Federal Ministry of Education needs to be consulted. The churches, other people need to be consulted. But you see, the Fulani way, the Islamic extremist jihadist way, is that they force everything on you. They don't care. Hizbah will just go and be saying shut down. No democratic way of dialogue and having conversations with people that understand this is the reasons why we are doing this and that. And when you look at the reports, amongst all these states, they are the states that have majority% of people that are out of school. What they are majority. Okay, Bauchi, one of the states. Bauchi, Kebbi, Katsina, and Kano. Bauchi state top the list with 54% out of school children lacking access to education. Followed by Kebbi state, 45%. Katsina, where the former president comes from, 38%. And Kano, 35%. The combined average for this state stood at 44%, significantly higher than the national average of 34%. So when you look at the states that are bragging, we have a right to stop schools. It's our right, within our right. Here's by this. When it comes to out-of-school children, they are amongst the highest. So the mentality of these people is beyond our imagination. That's why most people come out and say, we don't be in one Nigeria with these people. How can we be in the same Nigeria with these people? So whatever they are doing up north, we have been countering their narratives. Whatever they are going to bring to the southern part of Nigeria, we reject it. For very, very many years, we have said that the people that practice Islam in southwest is different from the way these guys practice Islam in northern Nigeria. You can never see a southwest school, a southwest governor that practice Islam say want to shut down school for Ramadan. So the Fulani will not stay one place. That's why you see they want to bring Sharia. Come bring Sharia into this place. And let's do Sharia. If the Southwest had allowed their type of Sharia or religion, accepted that type of religion, they will also have that kind of mentality, because some Yoruba Muslims have the same mentality. And I wonder how they are able to influence people to forget their ethnicity. They don't put their ethnicity first before any other thing. It's very unfortunate. When I noticed this report and I said, yes, this is what we have been saying for a very, very long time. We have been vindicated. For the records, whatever the Fulani wants to do in Nigeria, whether it is northern or southern Nigeria, we will always resist any attempt to Islamize Nigeria. Nigeria can never be an Islam country. If you try your luck, Nigeria is moving, let's not even spill the beans. We know that the current administration knows what it is doing to make sure that it secures everybody from any agenda of the Fulani. Me, I'm particular about Fulani agenda, not anybody. He knows what he can do to make sure everybody is secured from this particular Fulani agenda. We cannot sit down. It seems like Enugu state people are helpless. Ondo state people are helpless. It seems like the Benue people. Now, self-defense. Supreme Court don't put one judgment. The judgment make people fear. And the Fulani are there looking. Oh God. God will help us in this country. God will help us. And we also take actions by ourselves.